In the education system, corruption in education is a worldwide phenomenon. Corruption in admission to the university is traditionally considered as one of the most corrupt areas of education sector. Recent attempts in some countries such as Russia and Ukraine to curb corruption in administration, though the abolition of the university entrance examination and introduction of the standardized computer grade test have largely failed. Voucher for universities entrance have never materialized. The cost of corruption is in that it impeded sustainable economic growth. Economic corruption and endemic corruption in educational institutions lead to the formation of the sustainable corrupt hierarchies, while higher education in Russia is distinct with the widespread bribery. Corruption in the US and the UK features are a significant amount of fraud. The US is the distinct with the grey areas and institutional corruption in the higher education sector. Authoritarian regimes, including those in the former Soviet Republic, encourages educational corruption and control universities, especially during the elections campaign. This is typical for Russia, Ukraine, and Central Asian regime, among others. The general public is well aware of the high level of corruption in college and universities, including thanks to the media. Doctoral education is not exception, with the dissertation and doctoral degree available for sale, including for politicians. Russian parliament is notorious for highly educated MPs. High levels of corruption are a result of universities not being able to break away from their stainless past. Our bureaucratization and clear lack of university autonomy, both quantitative and the qualitative methodologies are employed to study education corruption, but the topic remains largely unattended by the scholars. In many societies and international organizations, education corruption remains a top taboo. In some countries, such as certain Eastern European countries, some Balkan countries, and certain Asian countries, corruption occurs frequently in the universities. This can include very base and bypass bureaucratic procedure and bribing faculty for a grade. The willingness to engage in a corruption, such as accepting bribe money in exchange for grades, decreasing if individuals perceive such behavior as very objectionable, a violation of special norms, and if they fear sanction regarding the severity and probabilities of the sanction. Within labor union, the Teamster International Brotherhood of the Teamster is an example of how the civil RICO process can be used. For decades, the Teamster had been sustainably controlled by a La Cosa Nostra. Since 1957, four of eight Teamster presidents were indicted, yet the union continued to be controlled by organized crime element. The federal government has been successful at removing the criminal influence from this 1.4 million members union by using the civil process. In religion, the history of religion includes numerous examples of the religious leaders calling attention to the corruption in the religious practices and institutions of their time. Jewish prophet Ishaz and Amos berates the rabbinical establishment of the innocent Jews for failing to live up to the ideals of the Torah. In the New Testament, Jesus accuses the rabbinical establishment of his time of the hypocritical follows only the ceremonial part of the Torah and neglecting the more important elements of justice, mercy, and faithfulness. Corruption was one of the important issues during the investiture controversies in 1517. Martin Luther accuses the Catholic Church of widespread corruption, including selling of indulgences. In 2015, Princeton University professor Kevin M. Cruz advanced the thesis that business leaders in 1930s and 1940s collaborated with the clergymen, including James Fairfield Jr., to develop and promote a new hermeneutical approaches to the scripture that would de-emphasize the social gospel and emphasize themes such as individual salvation more congenial to free enterprises. Business leader of the courts had long been working to recognize themselves through the appropriation of religion in organizations such as spiritual mobilization, the prayer breakfast groups, and the freedoms fundamental. They had linked capitalism and Christianity at the same time, linking the welfare state to godless paganism.